The other way.
There you go.
A little bit more. You gotta get the podium and
Oh.
Yeah,
keep going.
Is it moving?
It won't go anymore.
no, probably need to turn
Take that
the
back.
tripod a little. Thank you, Chad. Just needs to spin a little bit.
Yeah, keep going. Quite a bit. There you go. That'll work.
Thank you very much. Ladies and
All right.
gentlemen, would you stand with us as we do our pledge of allegiance and open with a brief word of prayer. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for our community and the people who live here. Thank you for all of those that are present for our meeting this evening. We pray once again that you give us wisdom and guidance, that we would make good decisions for our town. Help us to be good stewards of the resources to which we've been entrusted, and help us to have one mind and one accord, that we might be unified in the decisions that we make, and that we would do always what's best for our townspeople and our community. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we have several things on the agenda for this meeting. First thing is, we have had a request by NOAA to work with the Whitko Community Schools and their, I don't know what the program is called anymore. Is it still ICE?
Yeah, it's their career work.
Yeah.
Work-based learning.
Work-based learning. And they have a student who's interested in a career of skilled labor. And so NOAA would like to hire him for up to 20 hours. They have to get a minimum of 15 hours per week. He could work up to 20 hours per week through the school program. NOAA's done a good job investigating the opportunity. The average pay scale for those students, the instructor said, was anywhere between $12 to $16 an hour, based on what we're paying our other part-time staff. We would like to look at approving NOAA to move forward with that hire, working with the school at a rate of about $15 per hour for that student. NOAA has met with the student, said he seems like he'd be a good fit. He has some construction background, some farming background, and is very interested in a career like NOAA's.
Yeah, I had talked to Noah today. He said, yeah, the kid worked for a fiber optic company out west all summer. So yeah, sounds like he's nose digging. I think it'll be a good fit. At least maybe we can either convince him to stay full time when he gets graduated, or he can move on. But yeah, I'll make a motion. We hire him at $15 an hour.
Okay,
I'll say.
got a motion and a second to allow NOAA to hire the student at $15 per hour. One other note before we take a final vote, there is indication from the instructor that his role would qualify for a grant that would pay half of his wage from the state. So that's a good thing. We're excited about that. So it actually will not cost the town $15 per hour. It would only be possibly be half of that, but it looks like he would qualify.
Correct.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for being here. Second thing is, we have discussed in the past with the changes in our leadership team, previous employee leaving us, and NOAA has stepped up to covering those day-to-day duties. By the time we make some changes that we are planning to make in the structure, NOAA will have been kind of taking a leadership role for about the last 3.5 months. And I would like to propose that we go ahead and pay him a bonus in recognition of his time, with the understanding that we will also consider paying a second bonus at the end of the year to cover any transition time and training that he might have to do for the new staff members. So would be open to discussing that with the council.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he stepped up in a difficult time and got things managed, and deserves some recognition. So I agree with the 3,500.
Okay, I will recommend $3,500 bonus now, with the understanding that we'll look at it again at the end of the year and possibly a second bonus, depending on performance, and as recognition and thanks for his leadership during these last 3.5 months.
I agree. He's really stepped up
Okay,
and got things done, so I think it's fair.
okay, I'll
Ma-
second
ma-
that motion. You got a motion, Matt?
Yep.
And I'll second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. And the recommendation is that we go ahead and pay that bonus now, Myra. And thank him for that good work up to this point. Salary ordinance, and what do we need to review?
I think first we probably need to make announcement
Yeah,
that we've
you wanna-
hired. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you want to go ahead?
I guess just to kind of keep everybody, last month or at the monthly meeting, we announced that we put out a couple offers. We have gotten those offers have been come back. Both members have accepted. So now we can announce who they are and what their roles will be. We have Officer Phil Hawks is going to step into a role of town manager / town marshal. There is state statutes that allow for the marshal to be town manager. We feel that he's done a great job as marshal and will continue to do that as manager, taking on some of the roles of HR, so human resources he'll be in charge of instead of take that off the clerks. And then along with working on grants, he works on grants now for the police department, but now he'll work on grants for the whole town, whether it's water, sewer, all that, streets, everything. So I think with that, his salary would be split. Myra was looking at splitting his wage 50% in the general, 25% in water, and 25 out of the wastewater. So that would give him the full 100% of his wage. Secondly, so with Casey leaving, we lost our water certification person that could sign off on all of our reporting. He didn't have his sewer or wastewater, so Chip was still signing off on wastewater. And in that transition, Chip had decided to let his certification go also, plus so with him losing, not having his cert, also we didn't have anybody that was certified when Casey left. So we had brought in Asbury to do those certifications. Well, in the 3 months or the 2 months that we've gotten billed for, we've spent $20,000 to $25,000 a month for them to come over. Well, obviously our budget doesn't willingly be able to afford that. So we, during our application process for the town manager, we had an applicant that came up that has both certifications. So it was decided to put out an offer to him, not as town manager, but as to a town superintendent to run the wastewater and water plant and the street department, with Noah and Ethan under him. And then he would report to Officer Hawks as a manager. So his name is William Sturgis. Yeah. He does go by Alex. So we are looking forward to them starting. I think they're both official start dates are going to be hopefully August 31st, as long as it's all approved tonight. But they both accepted their offers, and his split would be 5% out of MVH, 47.5% out of water, and 47.5% out of wastewater. That's kind of how we did Casey's, so we just left that the same. So I guess with that, you guys got any questions on that? That's kind of, I had I hosted a meet and greet with Alex and the town employees, and Officer Hawks came in too. So this evening, just prior to this meeting, and I think everybody seemed good and felt willing to work with each other. And so hopefully we'll have a good crew to move on. I think they did ask, I think possibly looking at possibly hiring a fourth if the budget allows. And I told them I thought we still had one in the budget for a fourth, but no. Okay. But anyway.
We did that for the town manager and
Okay.
the superintendent.
But-
Great stuff to get done.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I mean, that's something I told them that I wasn't sure of that we could look at in the future. But yeah, they're all ready to move forward with making the town even better. So,
Thanks, Matt, for that update. Just a couple of comments for our team and for those present. Just a reminder that our previous superintendent, Casey, only was certified for the sewer. He was water, yeah, and but he didn't have both certifications. He only had one.
Yeah.
And we were still using an outside person to sign off on the other certification. So the new person we hired has both certifications. So that will save us money also in the long run. I would just like to say this has been one of the hardest decisions I've had to make since I've been on this council. And part of it is because you can blame whoever you want to blame. The fact is that our current staff were not properly groomed and trained and shaped and molded to take over this role as superintendent. You can blame them, you can blame the previous management, doesn't matter who you blame. The fact is there were skills and things needed for this role that our current staff just did not have. And we were paying through the nose, and our budget just couldn't afford to keep those dollars going. For $20,000 a month, I'd go back and get my certifications and do it for the town.
and Noah did say today that, because I said, what was their thoughts on keeping them on for a week, 2 weeks after they take over?
Mhm.
And Noah's like, I don't know if it's worth it, because every time he calls them, they're not much help. So,
Yeah,
and he said they've tried to go down and kind of watch what they do and kind of learn, and they won't show them anything. So and that was one of the things when we signed the contract with them, was
Yes.
we wanted them to teach the people, and they're not even doing that. So Alex is really looking forward to working with them as far as to not only learn himself our system and our town, because he's worked he's coming from Ashley right now.
Mhm.
He works at Ashley, Indiana. So, which is a bigger plant. So he knows that plant, but learning our plant, learning our town is his biggest hurdle, which he's obviously told Noah today that he's going to lean on him for that.
Yeah.
So,
There are people in town who feel it was very unfair that current staff was not promoted. I get that. But it is just as unfair to promote somebody into a position where you're setting them up for failure, because they don't have what you need. And you cannot set them and the town up for failure just to appease the fact that they've been here a long time. I am grateful that Noah's been here for 15 years. Now we need to make sure that he is set up for future success in what we do. And that's why we have to make the tough decisions. And no matter what we do, not everybody's going to be happy. But at the end of the conversation, we have to make the decision we believe will be right for the town. And I do believe we made the right decision for the town. So
I would like to make a motion that we officially hire Phil Hawks, town marshal, as town manager, and then William Sturgis or Alex for the town superintendent.
okay,
I'll second that.
got a second, got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right. Does that take care of these first two items, Myra, on your agenda?
That one.
Are you ascertaining any questions?
We will at the end,
Okay.
yes, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Just don't let me forget
The rest of them are other changes I made.
on the salary ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I'm sorry, I got a tickle. Do we need to set aside the 2 reading rule, or do we do 2 readings for this salary ordinance?
I would set aside, pass it tonight.
Okay. So at this point, let me interrupt Myra. I'm going to ask the council to allow us to set aside the ordinance 2 reading rule so that we can get the salary ordinance approved this evening. By doing that, we'll be able to vote on this ordinance at tonight's meeting. I would move that we temporarily set aside that ruling.
Make the motion.
I already moved.
Oh, sorry. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right. Based on that discussion then, there are some other changes to the salary ordinance. We just read down through these. Okay. Change the phone charge for the town superintendent from $51.73 to $41.73. We have updated Officer Dustin Baker's salary to reflect, not deflect, reflect the $2 raise for completing the academy training. That's $2 per hour. We corrected the deputy clerk salary error. It should have been set at $19.85 per hour, but was entered as $19.80, so we need to make that correction. We removed a comment on Utility One employee about eligible benefits March 2026. We added the work-based learning employee salary to the ordinance. We already stated the range. The young man who is interested sounds like a real worker. He has some experience, and we've already moved to change that to $15 per hour. And then we've already moved and approved hiring the student. All right, I think that's everything for the salary ordinance. Was there anything else?
For salaries, no.
Okay, then I need to know the will of the council for the amended salary ordinance.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, got a motion,
Second.
motion and a second. Any other questions or changes?
I should put 15.
Yeah, we just need to, put in the $15 per hour for the student. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you.
And I guess if anybody, we do have his name, if anybody's interested, it's Jordan Worrell for the student, so
Okay,
just for record.
You need to know how to spell his last name. WORL.
we have taken care of that. We have Chad Salzbrenner from Fleece and Vanderbrink with us this evening to present an agreement for the First Street project. We have received wonderful news that our CAP grant request was approved for the Catholic Street and sidewalk down to Dollar Store project altogether, but part of that is through the CAP grant, and so we're excited about that. Chad, come on down.
When you get up there, if you could push the stand away a little bit this way. That'll work perfect.
Perfect.
Thanks, sir.
It's been great.
I know, right? I'm sure we'll get a bill.
As you said, I'm here to present an agreement for preliminary engineering design services for the First Street project. This is a sidewalk that would be on the east side of First Street, or State Road 13, that would run from Church to the north entrance of the Dollar General. And this would include preliminary engineering services, topographic survey, bidding assistance, coordination with NDOT, as well as construction and closeout assistance. So that would mean we would help to prepare the plans, the bid documents, help the town to bid the project, accept bids from contractors, answer questions during the bidding process, help the town with notice of award, notice to proceed, prepare the agreement between the town and the contractor, things of that nature. And also at the end, any type of closeout documentation that would be necessary for the funds. So I'll entertain any questions that council may have.
I think it's pretty straightforward. Looks very similar to what was done before, as far as just the layout of the proposal. And I know we need those services to make sure the project goes well.
Yeah, I make a motion, we move forward with hiring them.
And I will second that proposal, second that motion. Any other questions or comments? All right, have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right, thank you, Chad. We look forward to working with you again. One question that I've been asked, and it's too early in the process, I'm sure, to know the answer. I'll go ahead and put a bug in your ear. From Church Street down to the dollar store, there is that extra, I don't know what you call it, traffic lane, parking lane, extra. 13 is extra wide down there, okay? One person asked me when we put the new sidewalk down, will there be curbing along that sidewalk? And I don't know the answer to that question. So just a question that will come up through this process, and what does it look like for that extra width of US 13 down through there? So,
Yeah, our intent would be, there'd be, we call it a park strip, there'd be a separation between the
roadway,
pavement
yeah.
for First and the sidewalk, there'd be grass in that area.
okay,
But yeah, if it's a situation where the pavement widens in that area, it may push it a little bit closer to the sidewalk, that's something I'll have to look at.
yeah,
And if there is a curb along State Road 13, that's something that we have to coordinate with NDOT
Yeah.
as well. They may be opposed to having any type of curb.
yeah.
They oftentimes will have guidelines, if there's a certain posted speed there, they don't want to have a curb.
Okay, again, I knew it was too early in the process to answer that question, but that's a question that has come up, so put that on your list of
Yep.
things to address for folks in the town. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think that's it. Appreciate it. Do we need to sign this? Do I need to sign this and give you a copy back?
Just one copy is all I would need.
Okay, there isn't a place on this one for me to sign.
The proposal letter does not need to be signed, it would be the PSA would be signed. Professional services agreement on the last page.
I think I finished two other things. Like that.
There.
Which is-
Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is it. I was looking at the proposal letter. Sorry. Okay, we'll get this signed and get it back to you. All right, those go together. All right, then we have a proposal for the renovation at the senior center. As most here are aware, we've been talking about renovating the senior center and moving the clerk's office down there so that we can have all the town offices in one building. We've received 3 quotes, one from JPR, one from Lisa Vanderbrink, and one from Hodge or Hawk. I don't know how it's pronounced. Hodge.
That's what I-
And I guess my question, Myra, on the JPR one, this,
Yeah, they were going to, it's just kind of,
this looks like just a quote for,
like hourly. They were gonna send me something else, but they didn't be able to get it in, and I don't see it.
I guess I didn't understand their,
They're all just
total.
design. This is what we gave them to go off of. That when
gotcha,
Robinson came
that
over,
came
looked
from,
at it.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, theirs looks like just a quote for design services. And then Fleece and Vanderbrink, also for design, bidding, construction, all of those things. And then the Hosh ones also for design and, okay, so,
Yeah, they gave one, and then we asked for a little less things, but then I think they need to come somewhere in between. So I think I think the first one they gave was probably more like what we're looking for.
okay, and that would be This one,
No.
oh, the April 27th one. And that's much more in line with the
Yeah.
other two that I would see.
So I mean, I guess my thoughts are is I mean, I want to keep this moving forward. I think I know Marv, you spent a lot of time with this, but talking with Phil a little bit, we're wondering if we can't just hire somebody to do the design and then him as manager do the, basically the
Project
project
manager.
manage it. I guess what's thoughts on that?
It just seems like a lot of money to me for a renovation,
Mhm.
design, scope, all those things. And again, if we're having somebody who could manage the project, I don't know that we need anybody outside to be the key contact.
I mean, I don't know legality wise if
So my only concern would be the bidding process. I mean, there is quite a lot entailed there that, ours notices and some management of contractors and, making sure that that's done in a way that, is fair and follows the statute. So that could be a bit complicated. And I think that that's something Myron and I have talked about, in the past, that it has to be done, just right. And that, I think our new town manager would be capable of doing quite a bit of project management, kind of oversee, but that would be my concern is that a lot of that, at least when we work with police and Vandenberg in the past, like they can take charge of that and, take care of preparing the contracts for the contractors to sign, dealing with subcontractors, dealing with all that, closing out the contractors and things that are more detailed that I think makes it more of a construction focus and some more legal requirements that what, might be able to manage in-house. That's a concern.
Well, if we look at the two that are close in final price estimation, I would lean toward going with Fleece and Vanderbrink only because we already have a relationship established with them. We've worked with them before. We know they do good work for us. This JPR one makes me a little nervous only because if it's per hour and we don't know how long they would take and we would take. Makes me a little nervous. It could rack up pretty quickly. So, gentlemen, thoughts?
one question I got, and I don't know if you can answer this, Chad, is what's the difference in the preliminary design and the final design?
It's, the preliminary designs would be just the start of the layout. Just preliminary design and final design, you need both of those to be completed for the contractors to know what they're bidding and to put the plans together.
Okay.
As you guys were discussing, if you had someone in the town that would feel comfortable with being on the site on a daily basis, or other contractors there, we could certainly reduce our construction phase services, depending on how much comfort that person would have in answering questions, being able to direct the contractor. And if there were things that they may feel a little uncomfortable about or we're sure, they can contact us and we can answer those questions. But we can certainly reduce our scope and reduce our costs for the construction phase services.
If you're not paying somebody to be here daily.
Correct. And we really weren't planning on
Yeah,
that.
but yeah,
But there are certainly things that we could pull out of our scope, which would pull down that fee.
Okay.
But I would suggest, whether it's hiring Fleece and Vandenberg or another firm, I think it would be good to at least use a consultant for the design and the bidding, just to make sure that you're meeting all the state requirements and you're doing things on a level playing field. There's no issues that contractors or somebody might raise through that bidding process.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Myron, any thoughts, comments? You just want to get it done. I knew that was coming.
Well, I'll make a motion. We move with Fleece and Brandenbrink and keep the ball rolling.
Again, my justification for doing that would be we already
Yep.
have established relationship with them. They know us, they know our town.
They've dealt, they've treated
Yeah.
us well.
Yeah. I would second that motion. Got a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right. I will sign this. Did you have anything else for this meeting?
Budget.
The budget, the whole reason we're here.
Mhm.
We're here.
All right.
You don't have to approve the whole budget, I just need to know if there's anything else you want on there. Try to
Did you
work
print
out.
that? I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
tried to put in everything that I could think. I don't have tips set up in there. We have to do that through a redevelopment.
Right.
commission.
Okay. I looked through it and I sent you a couple questions as best I can understand it. I mean, it looks fine to me. One thing I think people don't appreciate and know about our town is the employee benefits that our town gives our employees, between the PERF, the retirement fund amount that they get, the amount we've increased the HSA contribution from the town, the way we allow them not only to accumulate, but either pay out or roll over benefit time. Those are all huge benefits that a lot of companies are moving away from. Our town does a really good job with those benefits. And I think people need to understand.
Well, and even I think we only charge them $1 a month for their insurance. So
Yeah,
we're paying over
the entire premium. essentially.
premium of almost $1,000, over $1,000 a month
Yeah,
that we're paying as far as town. So
yeah. So those are huge
Yeah.
benefits to the employees. I didn't have any other questions.
no, I didn't.
Add it.
I think it looked fine. I didn't
I
see it.
wouldn't know what to add.
Take it, I'll take it.
I mean, lots of things that I'd like to see us do, but some of that will be things like getting our water meters installed and updated so that we have money coming in so that we can start to accumulate money to do capital projects.
Right.
Those are all the kind of things, where we don't manage the budget day to day. That's what we're going to depend on Phil and Alex for, and Noah and, Ethan, all of them to manage the budget, so that we're being frugal and we're being proactive as opposed to just putting out fires all the time. So I thought it looked pretty comprehensive.
Okay, good.
Again, I don't know what I don't know, so.
Okay. Well, what you don't know is I haven't put in the revenue yet.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see
did
what
look
the
at the
DLGF
revenue,
says, though.
I did look at the revenue tab on the old one you sent us for comparison, and I thought, I don't think that's right yet.
Yeah,
So,
I don't-
but that comes to us, right?
Well, some of it I put in the local stuff and then they add all the
Yeah,
things. I have that meeting next Monday.
Okay.
So we'll know if it balances.
okay.
Next Monday.
So
Next
for,
Monday.
for this meeting, do you need us to approve what you put in so far, or just discuss? This was just opportunity for
Yeah.
questions and
Yeah.
answers? Yeah, I didn't see anything else.
I didn't either. I thought it looked good.
Yeah. If anything else comes up, I'll let you know.
Okay, and I'll let you know.
Okay, no, I'm sure you will. All right.
I have one other thing.
yes, go ahead.
Before so at the Monday night meeting, there was a discussion on the shooting range about the
Yes,
young Republican, is that what they're called? Just young Republicans using it. Phil has talked to Sheriff Smith, and he is wanting to sponsor the event. Says that he will bring in, and I don't know if you want to step up and explain more, but I think my understanding is he's trying to bring over his safety instructors and make sure that they're there on site. And I know Carla has worked and has a waiver that she had sent me that I talked to the insurance, and they said that would be fine as long as they were good with everybody signing a waiver that protects us. And obviously, with it being sponsored by Sheriff Smith, it's a private group. It has to be, obviously, he's sending out an invitation to them to come. So it's not anybody can just show up and be there. It's a private invitation only. So I would like to move that we let them have it.
And that's just officers.
It'll be whoever is part of the Republican, young Republican,
Yeah.
is that what it's called, Young Republicans?
Yes, it is for first responders, and Project Ebenezer will be there also. And any profits that are made that day will go to Project Ebenezer. It will be put out to the general first responder. I don't want to call it public, but.
Yeah.
So,
Very
but
good.
it's all.
I'll second that motion.
I feel comfortable with Smith sending over his
Yeah.
safety crew to make sure that everything is going.
And again, it's law enforcement sponsored, which
Correct.
is what we wanted.
Correct.
So, yeah,
And I think Phil is working on a ordinance, there you go, for the future, but I think we can make this special since it's before that ordinance is finalized, but.
okay. Have a motion and a second. Any other questions, comments? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right, approved. That's the end of the list of business we had for this meeting. Dr. Mort had a question for us. Come on down. You're the next contestant.
I just want to thank you guys again. You explained it pretty well.
Thank you.
I'm not throwing any stones or anything. Is Alex local? That's one of the things.
He lives just south of Pierceton in
Okay.
Sydney. I'm not sure exact
Yeah,
address,
I'm not
but
sure exactly.
in
Get
Sydney.
a hold of if we
Correct.
have
Yes.
emergencies.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
absolutely.
just right south of town in Sydney.
Okay, and the sidewalk. I got the school crossing when they redid the COVID thing. To try to maintain that in the wintertime when the state throws ice and salt and it packs. Who's going to maintain those sidewalks? Are they individual residents that you're going to have? clean
It
those,
should be just
or
like, yeah,
Are we
Where
going to try to?
the new sidewalk going to Dollar General, I assume is what she's talking about, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, those, it would
It
be,
falls on the property
yeah, it'd
owner.
be just like
Okay.
the others, yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's all.
Yeah. Now, I would say, and that's something we can ask the street department to do. I do think that where we know we have a school crossing there, where we know we have approved crosswalks, like up here at the, now by the library,
Mhm.
those are approved crosswalks with handicap slopes. I don't see any reason why the town couldn't take care of those corners, because we do have students that walk to school and get across there. So I don't know why we can't ask the town to take care of those, what I would call intersection sidewalks. But the rest of them would be just like any other sidewalk. It would be the residents.
And the only time that it becomes an issue is when all that stuff freezes.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
can't move that stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, then it's no longer handicapped either.
Right, exactly.
So anyway, okay, thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. Any other questions, comments, citizens input? All right, then I would move, Tammy, anything for the greater good? Myra? Gentlemen?
I'm good.
All right. The indications are that Matt will be moving over to the township trustee position at the first of the year, end of this year, first of the year. At what point do we need to reach out to Mike Reagan?
I would assume in December.
Sooner than later?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume after the election is when he'll probably reach out to us
He'll reach
saying,
out to, okay.
yeah, because he will, I mean, he knows what's happening but
Okay.
it's not, I mean, I don't think we can't do anything until after the election in November because it's
Gotcha.
not official until
Sure.
the election in November, so.
Okay, very good. All right, I would move that we adjourn this meeting of the town council.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All other questions answered? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. I signed, do you need a signed copy of this?